Another Snack City breakfast meal prep has entered the building. These cheesy potato and sausage taquitos have been my new best friend that lives in my freezer. I've got 40 of these buccos vacuum packed away and ready for me to eat, so I can take my mornings a bit slower knowing that breakfast is good to go. Each taquito comes with 9 grams of protein and 145 calories. Now, I'm going to show you how I made them. First step is to take care of the potatoes. In this recipe, I used 3 medium-sized russet potatoes, or about 600 grams worth. These are just going to get dropped into a pot of boiling water with their skin on. They'll boil for about 20 to 25 minutes, or until I can easily pierce them with a fork. Next step, we're going to make our breakfast sausage. So place a large bowl over a scale and add in 2 teaspoons or 12 grams of salt, 2 teaspoons or 6 grams each of black pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, and paprika. Then add in 2 teaspoons or 2 grams of dried oregano, 3 teaspoons or 4 grams of rubbed sage, and 2 tablespoons or 24 grams of brown sugar. Work out any clumps in the brown sugar and mix all of those seasonings together until everything is well combined. For the meat, I used 2 pounds or 908 grams of 90% lean ground pork. If you can't use pork, ground turkey is a fine alternative. You don't want to go too lean though because it will end up dry. Next, I'm going to add in 1 tablespoon or 15 grams of oil to help those seasonings incorporate into the meat, and then get in the bowl with my hands and start mixing everything together. You must be sure that these seasonings are well distributed throughout this meat, so using a spatula or a spoon to mix this together probably isn't going to cut it. You're going to have to use your hands. To cook this sausage, we're going to place it onto a sheet pan and bake it in the oven. You can line your sheet pan with some parchment paper for easy cleanup, and then spray it lightly with some oil. My idea for these was that I wanted to have a sausage link for the taquitos, but unfortunately there's no easy way to mass produce a bunch of sausage links in a home kitchen without some kind of special machine. And I'm not doing it by hand, that would take an eternity. So the next best thing is to place it onto the sheet pan in one flat rectangle. Then once it's cooked, we can cut it into 40 pieces so we have one flat link for each tortilla. The goal here is to get our sausage links the same size as our tortillas so that we have sausage in every bite. I would shoot for about 12 inches by 18 inches for the diameter of your rectangle. This is going to shrink as it cooks. Place the tray into the oven at 425 Fahrenheit or 218 Celsius for 20 to 25 minutes. Your potatoes should be done cooking around this time so you can pull the pot from the stove and remove the potatoes from the water. The next step is to peel the potatoes so you can wait for them to cool, or if you're like me, you can just get straight into it because you believe that waiting is for people that have no place to be. And I don't really have any place to be, but I like to pretend that I do. The skin should just flake right off, and you'll be left with some naked toes. I'm just going to let these hang out until I'm ready to use them later. After 25 minutes, my sausage had finished cooking, so I pulled it from the oven and allowed it to cool. Before I cut into it, I grabbed one of my tortillas to do some quick visual measurements. I wanted to have a strategy before I put it under the knife so that I could have full-length sausage pieces in my taquitos. My slab was about 2 tortillas wide, which is perfect because that means I can make one cut down the center to cut it in half, and then turn it 90 degrees and make each of my sausage pieces. To get to 40 total, it's 19 more cuts across the slab. What you should be left with is 40 pieces about the length of your tortilla and the width of a traditional sausage link. Next, I took 1 small red bell pepper or 100 grams worth and cut it up into a small dice. I like to include this red pepper just for a little pop of color. You can leave it out if you want. To cook it, I placed a skillet over medium heat and added in 1 teaspoon or 5 grams of oil. In goes the peppers, and I stirred these around and allowed them to cook over the heat for a few minutes until they softened and developed some color. While they were cooking, I got my eggs ready. For this recipe, we're only going to need 6 eggs, so crack 6 eggs into a bowl and beat them until they are smooth. You don't want to overdo it on the filling, otherwise you won't be able to roll your taquitos. That's why we're sticking to only 6 eggs here. Once your peppers look like they're ready, you can pour in 2 more teaspoons or 10 grams of oil and then dump in your eggs to cook. You're just making a simple scrambled egg here, so cook them like you usually do and then season with salt and pepper to taste. Once finished, remove them from the heat and set them aside. Now, back to the potatoes. After cooking and peeling, I was left with about 570 grams of potato. The next step is to process them down into a form that will easily fit inside of our taquitos. I passed a knife through them a few times, then attacked with a fork to mash down a bit more. Then I gave them a good amount of salt and pepper to season, mixed it all together, and taste tested to be sure that I was happy with the flavor. To finish off the filling, add in 1 1/3 cups or 300 grams of cottage cheese, 1 cup or 112 grams of shredded cheddar cheese, and all of your scrambled eggs with red peppers. Mix the contents of this bowl together to combine all the ingredients, and once it's ready, it's time to form your taquitos. This recipe should make you 40 taquitos, so you'll need 40 5-inch corn tortillas. These need to be heated up in a dry skillet for a minute or 2 on each side so that they become more pliable. If you don't do this, your tortillas will crack and break when you try to roll them, and it will be a disaster at the highest of levels. I had around 1300 grams of my filling, which means that if I divide that by 40, each taquito should get around 32 grams. And if I slightly overfill my 1 ounce cookie scoop, that's about perfect for that amount. I set up a little taquito rolling station with my filling, some space in the center, and then an empty sheet pan on the right to store the rolled taquitos. Once the tortillas were heated and pliable, I removed them from the skillet to start filling them up. Each one gets a scoop of the filling placed on half of the tortilla and spread from edge to edge to get even coverage. Up next comes one sausage link placed on top of the filling. You want to bias these fillings to one side of the tortilla and not place them directly in the center because it will make them easier to roll. The goal should be to get as tight of a roll as possible so that the taquitos don't come unraveled. My strategy to accomplish this was to press the sausage down into the potatoes with my fingers while simultaneously picking up the backside of the tortilla with my thumbs to initiate the roll. Once rolled up, you can place it with the seam side down on the sheet pan so that it stays closed. The process from here is to continue the filling and rolling exercise until your stack of taquitos is complete. As the tortillas came off the skillet to be filled, I'd replace them with new tortillas to start heating in order to help everything move faster. While we have some time as you watch me roll up these taquitos, I want to make a note about the potatoes. You can either leave them in the boiled form or take the alternative option and brown them in the oven. If you want maximum flavor, browning is the way to go. However, I did come across some drawbacks when I tested this recipe using the browned potatoes. You'll lose out on total volume and it is not as macro friendly. My 600 grams of boiled potatoes turned into 250 grams after being browned in the oven. So in order to maintain the same amount of volume, you'll have to roughly double the amount of potatoes used as well as the oil to cook them. I chose to write this recipe using the boiled potatoes for a few reasons. Number 1, the flavor is still awesome. Number 2, they are more filling and lower in calories. And 3, the boiled potatoes act as a bit of a glue to help the taquitos stay rolled up. There isn't much to help the taquitos stay together when you crisp up the potatoes and place them next to the sausage. You could use extra cheese to help things stay together. There were times during testing where I just laid down a Kraft single and that ruled so hard. But it doesn't do any favors for keeping the macros tight. So I think for keeping these in Snack City, the best choice is to stick with the boiled option. When you have all of your taquitos rolled and stacked up on your sheet pan, this is ready to be moved into the freezer. These need to be frozen solid, so I'll place this tray into the freezer uncovered, then go on about my day and take care of it later that night, or even go to sleep and take care of it the next day. Doing this allows each taquito to freeze individually so that when we vacuum seal them, they don't all get smushed together. And speaking of vacuum sealers, shout out to Zwilling and their Fresh and Safe vacuum system, the sponsor of today's video. Zwilling is known for their high quality knives, which I've been using in my kitchen for years. And their Fresh and Safe vacuum system happens to be perfect for Snack City. When my taquitos were frozen solid, I took 3 of my medium-sized Fresh and Safe bags and filled them up with the taquitos in a single layer. Vacuum sealing your treats for Snack City ensures that they stay safe and protected. Freezer burn will be the #1 killer of your snacks, and these bags help to prevent freezer burn by keeping out any air and moisture. They can help your food stay fresh for up to 5 times longer. And with these Fresh and Safe bags, you can open and close the zip top to grab out a snack-sized portion and then reseal and re-vacuum the bag. Once they're all packed away and you've taken out all the air with your vacuum pump, you can move these bags into Snack City in your freezer. Zwilling is giving a deal to all US-based members of TMPM Nation where if you purchase their 7-piece Fresh and Safe vacuum starter set, you can get 10 extra medium bags for free if you use the code MEALPREP at checkout. I'll include a link down below in the description for you to check out if you're interested. Thanks again to Zwilling for sponsoring this video. To reheat the taquitos, I've just been tossing them in the microwave for 1.5 to 2 minutes or until they're hot. One thing to note is that the more you put on this plate, the longer it's going to take to reheat in the microwave. They can also release some steam during the reheating process, so it's not a bad idea to crack open the microwave door every 30 seconds to allow some of that to escape, as well as move the taquitos around on the plate for more even reheating. Another option for reheating, if you want them crispy, is to throw them in the air fryer. You should first microwave them for 30 seconds to a minute because the air fryer will burn the outside before the inside is hot. The microwave gives them a little bit of a head start. One recommendation that I think is a nice touch is that you pair these with a little bit of salsa to dip them in. And some of you will probably scoff at this, but I think ketchup is nice on these too. If you yielded 40 taquitos out of this recipe like I did, each one is going to come in at around 145 calories with 9 grams of protein. I've been finding that 3 of these paired with a handful of blueberries is a nice amount to eat for my breakfast, and those 3 will get me about 435 calories with 27 grams of protein. The best part about these for me is that I don't have to think about what to prepare for my breakfast or take much of any time to make it. I just slide open the freezer and pop a few in the microwave. And I know I say it for all of my breakfast meal prep recipes, but getting to sleep in a little extra in the morning because you know breakfast is taken care of is such a magical luxury. The full written version of this recipe is published on mealprepmanual.com, and you can find the link down below in the description. Take a Sunday prep day and fill your freezer with these taquitos, and future you will certainly be thanking current you for your efforts. For more Snack City meal prep recipes, check out the 2 on screen now. Goodbye.